Picha Mtaani is a street exhibition in Swahili, and it's an organization or an initiative to get young people to participate in community reconciliation. The 2007 elections were going to be a generational transition kind of thing. Little did we know that there was a lot of fraud behind the tallying of the elections. So immediately there was violence in the whole country. 1,500 people were officially reported to have been killed within 1 month. Over 500,000 people were displaced. So Kofi Annan came, politicians got their own agreement, and they said, yes, stop fighting, let's move on. But the unfortunate thing is that the Kenyans ourselves, we had murdered each other, we had looted our own properties, we torched our houses, we had displaced one another, and now we are living in camps. And we are being asked to move on and go back to normalcy, go back to business as usual. So we saw a need that we need people to first reflect. Just take a moment and reflect what happened. So generally, Picha Mtaani was such a kind of a response where we had an exhibition, a photo exhibition to create a space, a safe space for people to reflect very individually. In the exhibition, you'd see someone looking at the photographs, the images, and you'd find a personal moment, and they are seeing themselves in that photograph. We saw that this is quite the opportunity to get this person to build on that reflection, to dialogue, and to give something back to their own communities, which we called a peace dividend or a token. Picha Mtaani has mobilized 2 million young people to contribute to community peace building.
My name is Boniface Mwangi. I'm a photographer, but I like calling myself a photo activist. I'm trying to talk about violence in general. The picture is about violence in Kenya, but I want us to go beyond Kenya and look at other places where there's violence and ask ourselves as young people, what are we doing to end conflicts in the world? Palestine and Israel, Iraq war, Afghanistan. For the longest time, there have been a lot of warmongering among governments. We are the majority in this world as young people, but the question is, we're not even involved in the issues of the country. We're not even involved in what happens. If you can be able to use photos to try and portray what's going on and try to communicate to them, you're trying to show them this is what actually happening at this particular time in another part of the world. What are you doing about it? It's a call to action, that when you leave the room, you're going to do something about an issue that affects you. Can you use that energy of the youth to do something in this world? Can you use that energy to make the world a better place? Can you use that talent, that skill, that passion that you have to make a difference? That's the call. The challenge is that as young people, we are very ignorant. As young people in this Facebook, Twitter generation, we are always on the move, no time to read, no time to get involved in the issues that affect us. So we live like in an ignorant bubble that you're not aware of what's going on in the world. And the challenge is that it's like an awakening call. I use the power of photography to bring social change. I use photography to heal the world. And I use photography to make a difference.